All right, let's talk about the modern job hunt. You know the drill, right? It feels like less like a search and more like a full-time job. But what if AI could just flip the entire script? Today, we're going to dig into how a tool called Jobby.io is trying to do exactly that.
So, does this look familiar to anyone? You're spending all your time, weeks, maybe even months, just blasting your resume out there. You're applying to dozens, maybe hundreds of jobs, because that's what you're supposed to do, right? Play the numbers game.
And what do you get in return? Crickets. Just silence. Honestly, that complete lack of feedback can be the most soul-crushing part of the whole thing.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's a feeling so many people can relate to. You pour all this effort in, and it's like your application just vanishes into thin air. And then when you finally do hear something, it's this tidal wave of automated rejection emails. Our source calls it a storm, and that's exactly what it feels like. Each one just chips away at your confidence, until all that hope you started with feels, well, like dust. So what is going on here? Why is it so ridiculously hard? Well, it turns out there's this hidden gatekeeper, this digital bouncer, that you have to get past before any human even lays eyes on your resume. Let's talk about how to beat this machine. So, meet the main villain of our story, the Applicant Tracking System, or ATS. This is that faceless machine we're talking about. It's basically a robot that scans your resume looking for very specific keywords from the job description. If you don't have the magic words, you're just out. Simple as that.
Okay, now just look at this number for a second. 80%. That is a huge number. What do you think that represents? Just take a guess.
Yep, that's the problem right there. A whopping 80% of all resumes get automatically rejected by these systems. They never, ever get seen by a real person. All your experience, your skills, poof, gone. Filtered out by an algorithm.
So listen, this is really important. It's not a reflection of you or your qualifications. It's not personal. You're just up against a machine that's playing by a very different set of rules. You have to remember that.
But what if you could fight the machine with a machine of your own? What if you could use this same technology to your advantage? Well, this is where the whole idea of an AI job agent comes in, and it offers a totally new way to fight back. And that brings us to Jobby.io. The concept is pretty straightforward. It's an AI agent that is on your team working for you 24/7. It doesn't need coffee breaks, it doesn't sleep, it's just relentlessly scanning and applying, built to play and win this modern hiring game.
And you might be wondering, okay, but is this for someone like me? Well, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. It's designed to adapt. Whether you're a new grad trying to get your foot in the door, someone switching careers entirely, a top-level executive, or you're just looking for that remote work lifestyle. The idea is the AI can tailor the search to you.
Okay, so the big question, how does it actually work? What's going on under the hood? Well, it all boils down to a pretty simple three-step process, and the whole point is to get you one thing, more interviews.
So, step one, it does a massive global scan of all the big job sites and even the smaller niche ones. Step two, and this is the absolute key, it tackles the ATS head-on. It actually rewrites and customizes your resume for every single job it applies to, packing it with the keywords it needs to get seen. And finally, step three, it applies for you automatically to all the jobs that are a perfect match at what our source calls rocket-like speed. I mean, when you put it side by side like this, the difference is just night and day, right? You've got the old way, which is slow, boring, and you never know what's happening. And then you have the AI way, instant, automatic, and you can actually track everything as it happens. And you know, this is about more than just being faster. It's about fundamentally changing the dynamic. It's about you taking control of your career path instead of feeling like you're just floating along, hoping for the best. So, how do you stay in control if everything is automated? Well, you get this, a live dashboard that's basically your mission control for the whole job search, a full 360-degree view of everything that's going on.
And with this dashboard, you're not in the dark anymore. You can see every single application that's been sent. You get a notification when someone actually views it. You know when you've been shortlisted. And, the best one of all, you get that confirmation when an interview is booked. This quote from our source really just says it all, doesn't it? You get total control, total visibility, but without any of that tedious, mind-numbing manual work. And the ultimate goal here is to give you back your most valuable asset, your time.
The idea is to completely change the job search timeline from something that takes months of grinding to something you can manage in just a few minutes.
Because really, it all leads to this moment. The moment that makes it all worth it. That little notification that pops up on your screen that you've been waiting for, interview scheduled. That's the win. That's working smarter.
So it all leaves us with this one big, fascinating question to think about. As tools like this get smarter and more common, are we looking at the beginning of the end for the traditional job hunt as we know it? Something to think about.